Alright guys, I recently moved, so I figured I'd do another video of my game room because I have a very interesting setup this time around that I'm pretty happy with, so we're just going to kind of get right to it. Starting on this wall over here, you're going to see my main setup. I'm going to have to back up a little bit here. There we go, look at that. I finally have a setup where I have like a lot of consoles hooked up at once. That's been like a dream of mine, so I don't have to worry about digging through cables just to hook up anything. But here we are. Looking at this TV first, guarded by Charge-A-Bug. This is the main CRT for like retro gaming and whatnot. It has like S-video ports, composite and component, and AV of course. AV, I mean RF, you know, for like antenna. So it has all the old stuff hooked up currently. Right now, this is my NES top loader hooked up via the antenna port right now, but I have the Atari 2600 ready to go. Super Nintendo and N64 hooked up currently to this bad boy, so that's pretty swell. Moving over to the main foray here, this is like the flat screen with all the modern quote-unquote stuff on it, and also just where my other consoles are right now. So up top we have my Nintendo Switch hooked up to the TV now. This is my Master System, because he's too long to fit in the cubes, which kind of blows, but whatever. Going through here, my Wii U, which is unhooked up and very dusty. Going into the cubes currently, we have from left to right, from top to bottom, the PS1 Slim and the PS2 Slim, PS3, GameCube and Wii, Xbox Original, second row, Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn, Sega Dreamcast, and Xbox 360. Currently hooked up, we have the Switch, the Nintendo Wii, the PS3, and I think that's it. The Sega Genesis is hooked up to go towards the CRT. Of course, the classic consoles will be hooking up to there. Any sort of modern stuff with good component or HDMI ports, we're going to try to move on to the big screen here. So this was the TV that was in my living room previously, but now it's in here, and it's pretty awesome. I was playing Mario Maker the other day on it, and it was just so big and awesome. So I'm very happy with that. I can just pick up a game, play it, and go, and it's pretty great. So the shelf itself, I got at Target. It's the same one I've had before. It's just a random cube organizer. I'm a really big fan of it. It's something that people really use a lot for displaying. A lot of people kind of put like the fabric in the back to hide the cables. I haven't done that just yet, but I don't mind it too much. You just kind of can see the cables back there. But if you don't like that, you can put like fabric behind there to kind of hide it. I might do that, I don't know yet. I just like looking at all my consoles right now, so I'm pretty happy with it. Having both things hooked up is pretty rad. Of course, ending it with my X-Wing on the frame here, and there's me. Hello. So now we're going to look at the main game shelves here. So these are the four bad boys that I've had previously. These are media shelves from Walmart that they no longer sell. They're currently unavailable on the website. I haven't seen one in stores in a long time, but basically they're media shelves, so they're not as deep as bookshelves. They're perfect for like DVDs and games especially, with adjustable shelves. I just kind of slammed four of them together to make them look nice. So we're going to go through all of them. Up top I have some random prints here. We got Berserk, Steins Gate, Mega Man X, and you can't see it with the glare too much, but this is the Zelda one from Breath of the Wild for pre-ordering. That one might change eventually because I have a lot of Zelda prints hanging up currently. I like to have diversity, so we'll see if they change or not. But going through the shelves here, we're going to start with going up top because I do have some overflow up top here. So these are just some games that I like to display. Up front here we have some of my more valuable or favorite Super Nintendo games. Shoutouts to, on the back, like Soul Blazer, Super Castlevania 4, Zelda, Turtles in Time, which is amazing. Chrono Trigger is my most expensive one, so he's in this fancy box. We got Run Saber, very good, Final Fantasy III, Super Metroid, Super Mario RPG, and my most recent edition, Kirby's Dream Land 3. Very good game. We have some just random PS4 games being displayed in the back here. This Hyperlight Drifter was a limited edition. It's sealed currently. We have the Sonic Mania, very shiny, for Switch, and we have Berserk and the Band of the Hawk. What a title. It's like a Dynasty Warriors type game for Berserk, so, you know, that's how it do. And then, of course, Pikmin Amiibo. So yeah, going down the first shelf proper, this is my Nintendo cartridge shelf, basically. Heading it up with the NES games. I love the NES. I usually use it on my top loader, which I want to get modded, but for now, I'm just kind of dealing with it in the classic, you know, RF style. I have about 50 or so maybe a little bit more NES games currently. There's still a lot I'm looking for. There's just a lot of solid titles in here, so I'm very happy with that. A little bit of bleed through on the second shelf here with my boxed NES and boxed Super Nintendo games. Still trying to collect more for boxed Super Nintendo, not so much for NES, but you know, those were all kind of gifts that I've gotten, and they're great games, except Dr. Mario, but whatever. Going down towards the bottom here, we do have my cart Super Nintendo games. Now, Super Nintendo is my favorite console. I'm constantly looking for more games. Right now I got about a little bit over 60, maybe almost 70 at this point. I got most of the big heavy hitters, pretty much everything that's on this SNES Classic, except Earthbound, but whatever. You know, the Marios, the Zelda, the Kirbys, you know, pretty much everything. It's great to collect for. I'm a big fan. Besides Earthbound, the next big one I really want is like either Secret of Mana or Contra 3. I think those are the two big ones I'm trying to get this year. They're not expensive, but I just don't like paying, you know, like 40, 50 bucks for them. But, you know, that's how it go. We've got some bleed through SNES here, and these are my N64 games. I'm not a huge N64 fan. No offense to the console itself, just I was a PlayStation kid growing up. I think I have pretty much everything I need. Got the Zeldas, got Smash Brothers, Mario 64, all the rare games basically, Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap, you know, the stuff like that. So maybe I'll get more, but for now I'm kind of done with N64 collecting. But, you know, I didn't finish the top, so we're gonna do that real quick. I got this boxed Heart Gold, who was a gift from a friend, so shout out to Zay, thank you for that. My Kirby's Dream Collection, Chibi Robo Amiibo. Here's the Samus Returns Special Edition on 3DS with the soundtrack and the 2 Amiibo. My Kingdom Hearts 3 Deluxe Edition, you know, that's how it could do. Octopath Traveler Wayfarer's Edition, very big box. My Shovel Knight Amiibo, my Mega Man 11 Amiibo. And then here are my 2-box Pokemon games. That silver box is very crushed. I had it since I was a kid. It's the only box I've saved. Don't know why, but it's there. And this Pokemon Red box that I got way later on in my life. And then we got the actual Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games, just kind of in this little small nail polish display game space, you know. My copies of Ruby and Sapphire are currently on loan right now, so they're not pictured. And then more Game Boy and stuff here, so really good. And then we got down here a little Rillakkuma eraser, and then my Cloud Strife cup noodles, because, you know, it's very funny. So yeah, let's go back to the second shelf real quick. I'm going to take a step back just to show how on the top I have kind of PS1 going across like the top of both, just because they're like CD size, because everything is really compact in here if you couldn't tell already. So PlayStation 1 is a system I grew up with. There's still a couple of games I'm looking for. I have pretty much all the Final Fantasies. Picked up Castlevania Symphony of the Night recently. You know, like Metal Gear, Parasite Eve, the Resident Evils, a handful of random stuff. A lot of the RPGs I'm still looking for, like Suikoden 2 and Suikoden 1. Stuff like that. I finally got like the Wild Arms games, Legend of Dragoon, stuff like that. Always looking for more PS1, that's a great system. Second shelf here, we have GameCube. Now, I'm still always looking for more GameCube, but it's been real pricey or hard to find recently, so trying to also get rid of my few Platinum Hits games, but I got most of what I'm really looking for, so I'm happy with that. Chibi Robo, Animal Crossing, Wind Waker, Best 3D Zelda, the Metroid Primes, you know, Resident Evil Zero's good, the Star Wars Squadron games, etc. And then I got my Mario All-Stars Wii, kind of rounded it up down there. And then, of course, as just mentioned, the Wii games. I think I'm pretty much done with the Wii, but, you know, I always probably find something I didn't know existed. Got pretty much most of what I'm looking for here, not too much to say. Then we got Wii U and Switch. Wii U I got very late, so there's like a handful of games I might pick up, but of course most of them getting on the Switch. Constantly getting more Switch games. I'm a huge fan of the system itself, so these are just a handful of what I have so far. Definitely looking forward to this year for Luigi's Mansion 3 and the Secret of Mana collection. What's it? Collection of Mana, I think it's called. So that's going to be fun. Down here we got DS games in box. There's a very small amount I need to get covers for, or just actually replace the cases with, but they're pretty good. I was a PSP kid, so I've been playing a lot of catch-up with the DS stuff recently. But 3DS, however, I've had for quite a long time. I think I'm pretty much done with 3DS. I do want to get Ever Oasis and Detective Pikachu. I did recently pick up WarioWare Gold for real cheap, so I'm happy to try to play that. And then down here, a couple of my boxed Game Boy games. Super Mario Land is one of my absolute favorites from my childhood, very underrated. And we're gonna stand back up and go through third shelf. We already saw the sweet PS1 games, headlined with Pearl and Marina here. This is kind of the Sony shelf going down here on this third one. We got PS2 games. I keep telling myself I'm done with PS2, mostly because I'm running out of space, but I always find something I'm just like, ugh, I didn't know this existed, I need to get it. So here we are. Definitely was a big Guitar Hero kid back in the day, still have all those, and the plastic instruments that take up too much space in my life. Heading down into PS3 here. I think I'm done with PS3. I need Resistance 3, but I think it's like the last one I'm really looking for. Couple of great games on here, I love the Fallouts. Was a big COD Modern Warfare person back in the day, you know. Just a lot of great titles on there. And then very bottom shelf, if you can see here, is PS4. So of course I'm always trying to get more PS4 games. I'm still keeping up with the new stuff. Got my Kingdom Hearts 2.8 Special Edition. The Quantum Dream Collection was pretty good. I got the Steelbook Edition for Final Fantasy XII. Very underrated Final Fantasy. And the Steelbook for Resident Evil 2 Remake, which I'm very happy they decided to make that game. And then this last shelf is pretty much PSP and Xbox and Sega, so it's like a hodgepodge of everything. On the top we have PSP and Vita. Definitely really love these systems. I grew up, well, I guess grow up as, yeah, I'd say maybe I grew up with the PSP. I was like, what, 10, 11 when it came out? 13, somewhere around there. So I got it. This was like my main MP3 player back in high school too, so I'd play games or listen to music on the bus. Good memories with those. I'm trying to play catch up on Vita because I didn't get one until way later. Shout out to Persona 4, probably the best game on the Vita I've played so far. Going down here is Xbox Original. Didn't grow up with an Xbox as a Sony kid, so a lot of catch up here. Most of my multi-platinum games, or multi-platform, excuse me. Most of my multi-platform games, I'm trying to get on Xbox because usually they run a bit better. So things like Hitman, I upgraded here. The Gauntlet games I'm really looking forward to getting. Cold Fear is a really cool survival horror game on a boat before Resident Evil Revelations did it, so you know, respect your elders. Then we got Xbox 360. Not a huge fan, but you know, there's some things I have to get, like Gears and Halo, because everyone loves Gears and Halo. Halo's pretty good, haven't played Gears yet. My copy of Gears 2 is actually signed by the devs, is what they told me when I bought this at an auction for $5, so who knows, maybe I'll play it someday. And then if we can get it on film here, it's a little tight next to my bed, but here's my carts of my Sega Genesis games. Just for space reasons, I did have to take out the cases so everything can fit here. Sega Genesis is pretty awesome. Down at the bottom here we have Dreamcast, Saturn, and Master System. A lot of titles I'm still missing, but of course Sega collecting is a little pricey. Maybe someday. I kind of get them as I go. Now we're going down to the shelf right here, which is going to be hard to get in film because my bed's kind of in the way. But this is kind of all my random figures. My Kirby line of amiibo are down here with some of my anime figures and stuff. Random gaming boys. Then this shelf is all the Smash amiibo. They used to be on my top of my black shelf, but I've kind of put them here. Makes it look a little bit more like the roster. But of course they're not in roster order, just kind of in a random assortment order here. Shout out to Cloud and Cloud Player 2. I main Pikachu and Samus, so that's why they're up front here as well. Same with Toon Link and the Clouds. And I just like Meta Knight, he's cool. Then here's all my plushies and the Animal Crossing complete line of amiibo. Looks like my Blinky from Pac-Man fell over, whatever. These guys are neat. The Mew and the Swampert are from the Pokemon Center, so they're official. Yep. And then down here at the bottom are my Atari 2600 games and my strategy guides. I am collecting a couple of strategy guides now, mostly ones for Super Nintendo or just games that I really, really like. So I have like the Donkey Kong Country one, Super Metroid, Chrono Trigger, a couple of the Final Fantasy ones, Wind Waker, Fallout 3, a couple Pokemon ones, stuff like that. And then of course, again, 2600 games. They used to be organized, but not really. That's a system I'm pretty much thinking I'm done with, but you never know. That's how collecting goes. You always think you're done with the system, then you find something you don't know exists, and there you go. Right here we have a poster from the Club Nintendo for Link Between Worlds. The other one is above my desk, which is where my desktop is. So there's the other poster, hooray. And then here's my desktop. It's with all my PC games. I have my PS4 hooked up here. I know y'all are wondering, where's the PS4? It's down there. hooked up on my second monitor, which is technically a TV, but you know, this is where most of my PC gaming happens. Joined with me, I have a little Ash from Rainbow Six Siege, Spider-Man, and Ray from Evangelion with toast in her mouth. Very cute. So that's pretty much it. It's all in my bedroom, so my bed's kind of chilling in the middle here. But I like it a lot. Being able to display everything is super cool. I'm always looking to expand. So if I ever get like another shelf, I'm not gonna have room in here. So I'm just gonna have to mess around, maybe get rid of some things. I'm currently sitting at 699 games. So I am one game away from my 700. So that will be exciting. Don't know exactly what I'm gonna get just yet for it, but we will see. But in the meantime, yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching the game room stuff. If you have any questions, let me know. And yeah, take care. I was a big dummy and forgot to let you guys see my handheld collection because it was hiding behind my monitors here. But we have right here my, I almost said Dreamcast, Game Gear. Wow, my second Game Gear, my original Game Boy Color, special Pikachu and Pichu Game Boy Color, my original Game Boy Advance. That's what I have my Pokemon machine since childhood. I grew up with that boy. My SP, just a 001, so it's not the best it can be, but I love him. Excuse me, desk. We have this is actually the Mario Kart DS. I'm missing the wrist strap, like it looks like a checkered flag, but whatever. My 3DS with an Apple sticker on it, you know, as you do. It's a 3DS XL, by the way. This is my PSP 3000, and then here is my 1000 PS Vita. So I just forgot to show off these guys back here, but yeah, that's basically it.